On behalf of Concordia Student Services and the entire university community, it's really my pleasure to welcome you all to Discover Concordia and to Concordia, and we're very glad to have you among us today.
Bonjour à tous. So you've already gotten an A+ for this week because you've made your way to orientation and you're here to find out more about the university. I want to start by finding out a bit about you, if I could. And I'm sort of curious to know what kinds of advice you've been given as you are packing up, as you're on your way to university. What did your siblings, your parents, neighbors, what kind of advice do they have for you? I'm just going to ask for several volunteers, and you have to keep it clean. Or at least I have to keep it clean. Well, what kind of advice? Go on, somebody tell me what kind of advice you got. Yeah.
Manage your time properly.
Manage your time, yeah. That is one of the hardest ones for you and for me, actually. In the busy world of public life, managing your time, very hard. Yeah.
What a Frosh.
Frosh. Go to Frosh, yeah, which is why you're here. Okay. All right, yeah. So as I said, A+ for this week. You're getting, call your parents and say your GPA is really doing well. What else? What else? Over here. Oh, come on, give me some more. Yeah.
Don't take accounting and statistics at the same time.
Don't take accounting and statistics at the same time, right? I had a graduate school friend who used to be a TA in statistics, and he called it sadistics. So that's probably a common joke, but it's an incredibly important field to study. Yeah, so space out the hard courses, perhaps. Yeah, okay, what else? Yeah, over there. No, you don't, oh, you're just combing your hair, okay. All right, who else? Somebody else, come on. Give me some more. Yeah.
Eat well.
Eat well? Yeah. Vegetables are your friends. So you remember when your parents wanted you to eat your vegetables and you thought it was just because they were parents and that's what parents do? Actually, they have a function, those vegetables, right? And you'll know that when you have the flu in November if all you're eating are Cheetos and beer. Okay? Vegetables, they're your friends. Sleep, also your friend. Okay, come on, some more advice. Yeah.
Study hard.
Study hard. You guys are you're like Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. It's study hard, eat your vegetables. Oh, come on, is that all? Is that the only advice you got? Really?
Have fun.
Have fun, okay, yeah, that's not bad.
Get involved.
Priorities, get involved, yeah. Get involved is a big one. Anybody else, any final words of wisdom? I had some naughtier ones yesterday. Okay. I said keep it clean. Well, the guy said it anyway, then there we were.
Too crazy.
Don't go too crazy. That's probably pretty good.
Do math.
Don't do math. That is absolutely right. For 1,000 reasons, don't do that. So I'm here to say a few words of welcome. I'm the first in a long line of people welcoming you, and it's all sincere from us. This is a great time of year because we get to meet and interact with the newest members of the Concordia community. And I was going to say just a few words about the community that you are joining. Somebody said, get involved, get engaged. And that's actually the message I want to leave with you as I finish up today. So this is a very diverse academic community, social community. We have students literally from all over the world. There are more than 46,000 students studying at Concordia this year, 46,000. Some of you come from towns that aren't that big, I'm pretty sure. And we have more than 7,000 employees and a faculty complement of almost 2,000 professors, full-time and part-time, who are here to help you with your learning. So what kind of a community are we? As I said, we come from all over the world, all kinds of faith communities. It is a peaceful community, people working together. We are known for the kind of innovations that Concordia has led throughout the last 40 years. This is a place where people have new ideas, they're pushing forward in their fields of knowledge, and they're also getting socially engaged and engaged in the community. It's a program where the programs are academically relevant. There is lots of opportunities for you to do internships, co-op programs, volunteer work in your discipline, whatever that may be, to get involved. And I guess my ultimate message is to try and get engaged. So I won't give you the quiz, but what do you think happens to somebody's GPA when they get involved in volunteer work, maybe even a part-time job? The GPA goes up. It doesn't actually go down, it goes up. Because what the research shows is that people who have a whole framework of expectations. They have to do their volunteer work, they have classes to get ready for, they're going to pick up basketball, whatever it is. When you do all that and cram it all into a day, you actually feel happier about life, you feel more engaged, you feel more like you're part of the Concordia community, and ironically, your grades are likely to go up as well. So it's this weird kind of, you think it's going to be an inverse relationship, but it's not. What else can I say? We're really happy you're here. We're happy that you chose Concordia. This is a great institution. We're the 5th largest institution by number of students in all of Canada. 5th largest. Right? And what we're doing together, and we need your help with this, is we're working together to build a great university. We're the next generation university. We are a university that on the one hand has got people doing research, and if you haven't been in our facilities yet, and I imagine most of you have taken a tour, we have world-class engineering labs, science labs, fine arts faculty space, a great business school, beautiful business school, engineering labs. It goes on and on. Faculty of Arts and Sciences, really good facilities. I would put them up against any facilities in Canada. Really, really terrific place. And you're joining that community now, and you're going to be here till you graduate. My advice is you're making yourself a 2, 3, 4-year plan to finish your program, thinking about your future while having, as somebody said over here, you still got to have some fun. So I just wanted to say, welcome to Concordia. It's a wonderful place. I hope you work hard, and I hope you play hard. Have a great year.
Hi. Welcome to Concordia. My name is Melissa Kate Wheeler, and I'm president of your Concordia Student Union, or the CSU, as we call it. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about your union and what it does for you, and how being involved in university can have a positive impact on your life. First off, what is the CSU? Well, as an undergraduate student at Concordia, you're automatically a member. We're an institution which exists to enrich your experience here at Concordia and to defend your rights. You each pay a fee per credit into the CSU. So if you're taking 5 courses this semester, your total for union dues is $74.50, and that's collected by the university when you pay your tuition on behalf of the CSU. Your $74.50 is spent on a number of different things. Some of your money goes directly into our annual operating budget, which totals at about $2.1 million per year. A portion also goes to the CSU's Advocacy Center, which is one of the major services that we offer to students. And I'll get into more details about that in just a minute. We also provide funding for over 90 clubs, invest into a fund dedicated to improving student space, as well as into another fund which contributes to the betterment of our libraries. Finally, we pay a fee to the FEUC, which is the Fédération des étudiantes et étudiants universitaires du Québec, or the Federation of University Students of Quebec. They're a provincial lobby group of which advocates for the interests of university students at the provincial level, and the CSU is a member. So your union is run by 8 executives. There's a president, which is me this year, and 7 vice presidents, each with their own portfolio of responsibilities. There's a VP Finance, VP Student Life, External and Mobilization, Sustainability, Clubs and Internal, Academic and Advocacy, and Loyola. We are paid employees of the CSU and work crazy hours during a 1-year mandate to bring our vision of what the union could be to life. You pick your executives every March during our general elections. You also pick your counselors who represent undergrads at the faculty level, and they call the shots on the big issues. They're my boss and my team's boss. One of the most important things that the CSU does for you is offer a few essential services. These are always open to you, and I would encourage you to access them whenever there's a need, or if you have a concern, a question, or if you're just curious to see what they're all about. The Housing and Job Bank, or HOJO, is located on the 2nd floor of the building, this building. They are your ally if you're having landlord problems or any type of residence problems. They can help you out with bed bugs if you get them, because those are an issue here in Montreal. And yeah, even if you have roommate troubles or tension with your landlord, they're the place to go. They've got tons of resources which are available to you free of charge. Our Advocacy Center can be found on the 7th floor of the Hall building. They offer a broad range of support for pretty much everything, actually. Issues with a professor, a grade you disagree with, if you miss a deadline, if you have medical problems, or even a conflict with your peers that kind of turns ugly. These are all things that a student advocate can help you out with. We also have the Legal Information Clinic, which is right next door to the Advocacy Center, also on the 7th floor. There you can access legal information, which will help you determine your response to some of life's tougher challenges. Law students from across Quebec volunteer their time to help Concordians sift through complicated legal jargon when faced with discrimination, immigration, and other serious issues. Finally, you're all covered by a health and dental plan. Concordia undergrads benefit from medical, dental, travel, and vision insurance. Many costs are fully covered and lots more are partially covered. You can find all the details that you want on that at ihaveaplan.ca, and there's also an insert in your student handbook with lots of information on that. For international students, though, it's a little more complicated, so I would recommend speaking to someone at the International Students Office for more info on your insurance. So in addition to services, the CSU also plans events all year aimed at facilitating relationship building for you guys, as well as to complement your academic journey and sometimes just to have a little bit of fun and escape the daily grind that can be university life. So you can look out for posters advertising what's going on campus, all over both campuses and all the buildings. We also have a lot of social media alerts that go around that will let you know what's going on. You can follow us on Twitter at CSU Concordia, on Facebook at Concordia Student Union, and we even have an Instagram that's CSU MTL. If you'd like to represent students at the CSU level, we have a by-election coming up in November, so you can run for a counselor position. Alternatively, if you don't like the CSU, there are 4 faculty associations which you can also get involved in. For arts and science students, it's called ASFA. For JMSB, it's called CASA, so that's C-A-S-A. I know there are a lot of JMSB students here today. Engineering and computer science have the ECA, and fine arts has FASA. And I know that's a lot of acronyms, but you get used to it. You can find them all on Facebook if you'd like some more information, and there are also detailed descriptions of each of them in your CSU student handbook, which will be ready for you to pick up tomorrow. You can grab one at the bookstore when you're picking up your purchases, at our offices on the 7th floor of the Hall building, or at pretty much any orientation event. There are also many departments at Concordia which have student associations, but if governance isn't for you, there are clubs. You can get involved with Ultimate Frisbee, karate, or e-music. There's also a pagan society, a games club, as well as different cultural associations. In all, there are over 90 clubs funded by the CSU alone. Info on those can be found in your club's handbook, which is going to be inserted into your student handbook, which you can pick up tomorrow. And I guess I'd like to just close by talking a little bit about what being involved in student life is really like. It's really, truly a very fulfilling experience. You're able to directly impact your community in ways that are meaningful and important to you. You get to talk to people and figure out what they care about, and if you're really lucky, you get to make their lives at least a little bit better during their time at Concordia, which isn't so bad for a 20-something. And I think that taking the first step into your first role is really the biggest challenge, because it can be really intimidating. I speak from personal experience. Before I got involved with the union, I felt like the sphere of student involvement was this impenetrable group of really, really extraordinary students who are probably all perfect GPAs and future Nobel Prize winners. I didn't think that there was a place for me, someone focused on her studies, not really sure of what she wanted out of life, a little bit shy, and like an embarrassingly bad public speaker. But I got involved, and now I'm president of the CSU, and it's really not that difficult to get into it if you're passionate about it, and so I would really encourage you to find your place. And while it's easy to get involved, it's also a huge responsibility because you carry the weight of every voice that you represent. I take that very seriously, and I always have. My entire team takes that seriously. And it's a rare privilege to get to speak to so many of our members at once. So while you're all trapped here, I'd like to take the opportunity to pledge that my team and I will always be open during our mandate. We're available to you, we're here to listen to you, and we care about what you have to say. We work for you, quite literally, so please come and talk to us and get ready for an amazing year together. What we'd like from you is just a little bit of time and attention. We'd love to show you what your CSU can be. Maybe you'll find your place in it like I did, and maybe there's even a future VP or president sitting here today. That'd be cool. Or maybe it's really not for you, that's also fine, but you have the tools at your fingertips to make a change during your time here. You can figure out what you're passionate about, and you can actually make something happen. Not to mention, the people that you meet along the way are completely amazing and will change you. Those who I've met, be them students, members of the community, Concordia administrators, and especially my team, have helped shape who I am today in a really, really positive way. So come and see us at the CSU. Like I said, we're on the 7th floor of the hall building, just upstairs. Run in the elections or join a club, get involved with your faculty association, or start something completely new. It's up to you. But take it from me, being involved can completely change the course of your life. It makes your entire experience at university different and more fulfilling, I think. And I stand before you a more confident and happy person because I got involved. So don't let it pass you by because it's a very, very powerful tool. Okay, thank you.
Bonjour and bienvenue at Concordia. On behalf of the Office of the Provost, I wanted to extend a warm welcome to our university. I also want to congratulate you on your choice in selecting Concordia, one of Canada's largest universities. Concordia is an exciting, urban university with unique options and opportunities for our students. As you begin your first year, I begin my 21st year. I have loved being part of the Concordia community because of the diversity and talents of our students. And just to get a sense of the range and diversity and where people have come from today, just like to have a show of hands. How many are here from other provinces outside of Quebec? Show of hands. Okay. How many people are here from the United States? Few. How about those outside of Canada and the United States? You can see the range of locations from where we're coming from. In terms of language, how many people in the room speak 2 languages? Quite a few. How about 3 languages? 4? And more than 5? Our session today provides an important introduction to the many services that are available to support you in achieving success in your academic studies, but also in your personal development, the life beyond the classroom. At Concordia, you will shape your own learning experience, and I encourage you to look around and take advantage of every opportunity our university has to offer. You can look into opportunities to travel and study. You can be part of an exchange program, participate in volunteering experiences that connect you to the city, join programs and events that develop your leadership skills, interests, or talents. Our university offers opportunities to gain relevant experience in work placement, such as co-op, internship, and field work. This helps you connect your studies to opportunities in industry and with the community. We also offer opportunities for students at the graduate and undergraduate level to become involved with faculty, with research, and be engaged with one of our exciting research centers across the campus. I encourage you to take full advantage of the range of opportunities to support a healthy lifestyle. Beyond eating your vegetables, I also encourage you to check out our gym and fitness centers, our soccer fields, our new arena for skating at Loyola campus, intramurals, play on a varsity or club team, and we have exciting varsity sports program, which I hope you'll consider joining your fellow students, faculty, and staff in cheering on our Concordia Stingers. If you're not a sports fan, there's also art galleries, public lectures, exhibitions, theaters, and even in this auditorium, there's exciting performances. We're a big university with unique experience to offer each student. I encourage you to take advantage of your new adventure with us and go beyond your comfort zone. Ask questions, challenge yourself, try something new, and seek out the services that can support you. There are a lot of people waiting to help you. If you want to contact me directly, if you have any questions or need information, the easiest way to reach me is at my email address, which is theDeputyProvost@Concordia University. I'll do my best to direct you to the right person or to give you information. There'll be things you don't understand immediately. This is a big place. There might be times you'll feel a bit out of place, Maybe the material in your courses won't seem immediately relevant. If you come from outside Montreal, getting used to a city might be challenging too. Don't panic, be patient, and I can assure you you're not alone. Probably those you're sitting beside are feeling the same way. In time, you'll feel Concordia is your home. You have an incredible opportunity. You're starting a journey towards a university degree, a journey that will open your mind and open doors that you've never imagined. And you get to do it in one of the most exciting, creative places in the country, Concordia University. With the first day of classes just around the corner, I wish you an exciting journey, and I encourage you to become fully engaged in your academic and student life. I look forward to seeing you at our first home football game, which is taking place this Saturday at Loyola campus at our football stadium at 1 p.m. And I wish you all the best in your first year.
Much better. This is the third Discover Concordia that I've had the chance to speak to. I have the graduate orientation coming up next week, but I can tell you that of the two, or the three now, that I've been to, you guys are the shyest. Now, I'm wondering why that is. Are you all JMSB students? Yeah. Is that why?
No.
No, okay. I don't want you to be shy, because I want to talk to you for a few minutes about student and enrollment services and some of the services that are available for you. But first, I want to touch base on a couple of things, a couple of pieces of advice that have come up in previous orientation sessions. I see you yawning. I hope I'm not that boring that quickly. Okay. A couple of pieces of advice that have come up in other orientation sessions that haven't come up here so far. One person in the first orientation session got advice from his or her parents saying, attend class. Okay, I didn't hear anyone say, go to class here today. Okay, that's one piece of advice that someone else got that you didn't get that you have now. Why is it important to go to class? Yes? Or you'll fail. Okay. There is a direct correlation between class attendance and success in a class. There's direct correlation between success in a class and success in your program. Go to class. The other piece of advice that I think came up yesterday, it may have even come up at the first orientation session, was read your email. Why is it important to read your email?
A class could be dropped.
Okay, a class could be canceled, perhaps. You can get that SMS on your phone if you sign up. Please sign up for class cancellations, emergency warnings, and so on and so forth. Good. Why else?
Well, in co-op, they send us emails about workshops that are available.
Okay. You might miss out on a workshop that's available. You might miss out on a deadline. You might miss out on an important communication from your professor. You might miss out on an important communication from a classmate. Read your email. They aren't all important, but a lot of them are. So do you want to take that chance? Let's not. Okay, read your email. Okay, I was announced as the Associate Vice President for Student and Enrollment Services. It's a very long title. You've already had to do with enrollment services because you're all here. Why are you all here? You're all here because you chose Concordia, and Concordia chose you. We are extremely proud of you. Do you think that those of you in this auditorium today are the only people who applied for admission this year? Absolutely not. You are a select group of students who have what it takes to be successful in your studies. So you've already encountered the enrollment services side through the recruitment process, the admissions process. How many of you have signed up for your classes? If you haven't, please do so soon. But registering you for your classes is also in our enrollment services side. How many of you have been to the Burke Student Service Center? Good. How many of you know the Burke Student Service Center before the renovations? A couple. Is it better now? Yes. Okay, those weren't enthusiastic nods. Yes? Yes. We've totally revamped what goes on at Burke's to make sure you get a better level of service. So you can expect it of us, you can demand it of us. Let us know if we don't measure up in any way. On the student services side, once you're here, we want you to succeed. So I lead a team of dedicated professionals in student services who are available to help you succeed. So we offer various kinds of support, one of which is what you're experiencing here today with the Student Success Center and our student mentors, who are a very talented group of people who are specifically here to help you. How do you like our mentors? Awesome. Awesome. But it doesn't stop there. We have learning supports that you'll hear a little bit more about over the course of the orientation. But we also have health services. We have counseling services. As Lisa mentioned, we have 2 facilities where you can sign up at discounted rates to work out. 2 gyms, if you will. What is the downtown gym called? Le Gym. That's inventive. We also have a workout center out on the Loyola campus. What is it called? Le Centre. Okay. So you know, if you want to go to the gym, go to the gym. If you want to go to a workout center, go to Le Centre. One's at Loyola, one's downtown. Take advantage of them. Come see the Stingers games. This Saturday, 1 o'clock, we're playing football. Football, yes, but who? Université de Montréal. Okay? Come out, see a great football game. Hopefully the weather will cooperate, but if it doesn't, we'll all huddle under umbrellas and enjoy it anyway. Financial aid and awards. For those of you who are Quebec students, financial aid and awards can help you get your loans and bursaries. For those of you who aren't, they can help counsel you with your finances. They can also help you prepare a budget. How many of you have already prepared a budget? Okay. This is, which faculty is this again? Okay. JMSB, that's right. Okay. They can help you prepare a budget. We also have workshops on preparing budgets. They can talk to you about your finances. Sorry, I just have to do this. It's another piece of advice. You've got to make a budget. Where's the money coming in from? How much is coming in? How much has to go out? How much do you have to spend at Reggie's each week? Okay? Keep track of it, otherwise the phone's going to ring. Mom and Dad are going to be on the other end saying, "What's Reggie's? I have this Visa charge. What's Reggie's?" So be careful. Make a budget. Stick to it. So we've covered learning supports, financial supports. You'll hear about our counseling services, which can help you when you're going through any stressful periods in your life. These are all services that are available to you. By appointment, feel free to contact us. Where do you find out how to contact us? Well, there's always a website, concordia.ca, under current students. Don't go under prospective students anymore. It doesn't apply to you. Current students, you can also go to the Guide to First Year. In the back of the Guide to First Year, services are listed. How many of you have the Guide to First Year? That was somewhat of a trick question. I'll tell you why. Yesterday, I asked in this very auditorium, who has the Guide to First Year? And every hand went up. Then I went to the faculty connection afterwards, and I said, how many of you have the Guide to First Year? The same people. And people started shuffling around in the bags that you got outside to see if it was there. It wasn't there. Okay? Because you received this in the mail if you live within Canada, and you received a link to the online version if you live outside of Canada. If you'd like a printed copy, we can get one for you. But this manual will tell you almost everything you need to know to succeed in your first year, as far as giving you the reference to the people you need to contact. Okay? So keep this. If it gets under a pile of dirty laundry, pull it out, put it on the top. Okay? Because this is going to save you a lot of trouble. There's something else in here that I pointed out yesterday afternoon. Key dates. Key dates. If you know that when the key dates are, or if you have this next to your computer, you won't miss a key date, you won't miss your tuition payment, you won't miss a did not enter date, you won't miss a disc date, you'll be in good shape. Okay. So we have lots of people to help you, but there are other supports in place, and I want to just tell you a little bit of a story to end on. and this is a story about my daughter who started high school this year. My daughter started high school this year, going to a new building, class schedules that were kind of mixed up. One day she starts at 8, one day she starts at 9, one day she starts at 10. Every other week she ends on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock. And on the other weeks, she ends at 4 o'clock, so she was very nervous. She didn't know where she was going. She was confused after the first day. So she came home. She said, "Papa, I don't want to go to school tomorrow. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do." Her whole schema was shot. And I said, "Call your friend. Lives around the block. Your friend's been in the high school there for 2 years. Call your friend. Ask how it works." I'd rather play bâton fleur. I'd rather, play outside. I'd rather read. So you know how girls are with their papas. I just let it go. About an hour later, I said again, "Call your friend around the block. Please do that. You'll feel a lot better about it." So after 2 or 3 iterations of this, she finally picked up the phone, called her friend. Friend met her the next morning at 7:30. They went through the school together. She's perfectly adjusted right now. She said this morning, "I can't wait to go to school." I don't know whether that was to get away from me or whether that was to get to school, but in any case, the friend network is important. Look around you. You have friends here. You may not know who your friends are yet. They will be your friends. In your classes, there will be people who are not necessarily first year. There are people who have experience at Concordia. There are at least 2 people in this room who know what the Burke Student Service Center looked like before the renovations. Okay, so even in this room, we have people who have experience with Concordia. Ask. Ask, where is this? Ask, how do I do this? Okay, they're going to send you in the right direction, and if you get in the right direction, you're likely going to end up with someone who can help you through whatever it is you're trying to do. It's a big university. Kind of navigating through the university isn't as hard as it seems if you use the supports that are there for you. So I want to again welcome you to Concordia University. You've made the most brilliant choice of your lives, and I'm seeing you now at orientation. I want to let you know that in many cases in 3 years' time, and in other cases in 4 years' time, I want to see you again as you cross the stage at the Place des Arts when you graduate with your degrees, and I will be cheering you on. So thank you very much. Have a great Concordia career.
Welcome to Concordia. You've made it. First step. You got to get to second step. Graduate, which is the third step. The Ombuds office is here to help you if ever you have concerns or complaints. What we do at the office here is, does anybody know what the Ombuds person does? Anybody have an idea? Well, you guys are too shy. Come on. Promote. Oh, well, that's too easy. It's written down. Come on, guys. Well, my daughter told me it's a plant. I said, no, it's not a plant. But we do grow, and we've been in the community for the last 35 years. So what the Ombudsman office does is really, if you want a bit of history, 1809 in the Parliament of Sweden, it was regarded as a citizen's defender. So this is a great job, I think, because I get to do sometimes conflict resolution, to work and to find creative ideas to help either students, staff, members, or third parties involved in Concordia who hit against a wall and just don't know how to get over a certain obstacle or see what are the opportunities or strategies they can do to overcome their problems or their concerns. The Ombudsman office, therefore, is not a place where you go fist fighting. Obviously, it's not a court. It's really an informal environment where you meet myself, there's Christine Robillard, who's the ombudsperson, and we listen to what are your concerns and complaints. Of course, we've been here for 35 years, so we know about the policies, the procedures, everything that's related to academic issues with Concordia. One of our principles, which is really important, is to be accessible. That means you can come in, walk in, send us an email, or write to us anytime. We usually answer within 24 to 48 hours. or quicker. It's why we say it's an independent office, because we relate to the Board of Governors. We're not the administration, we're not staff, we're really an independent office. Everything, and when you come to our office, it's confidential. And of course, we have to be impartial. One of the things we do is listen. It's part of our work. We need to know what your interests and what your needs are when you come with your concerns. Also, we also give advice. We also recommend solutions or strategies to overcome some of the challenges or concerns you might have. We mediate, negotiate, and we investigate. And we do eventually make recommendations if we think there's unfairness in a certain situation. Now, one thing that I've just started 6 months ago, I did realize, and a lot of the students is, advice I could give you right now is read your course outline. Look at your deadlines. If you have an issue with a professor, don't be shy. Go up to the professor and ask a question. If you think that there might be a conflict, like, characterize, or you're just not getting along with your professor, you can get advice with your undergraduate program director. There's also your colleagues, there's the advocacy programs, there's all kinds of programs out there to help you out throughout your academic years to come. One thing for sure also is if you get something through the mailbox, open it. You get email, open it. Please read it attentively. If you have a question, call the person at the bottom of the page. This seems really simple, but often it's overlooked, and when the situation or the problem arises, it's sometimes a bit too late to do anything to help you. Also, keep all your information in a shoebox or somewhere. Everything that's academic, you keep it in one place. Okay, that's my cue. That's it. What we don't do, we're not advocates for any particular group. In order to maintain our impartiality, we have to be able to listen to when a person comes to see with the concerns, to be able to do the research, to assess whether or not there's a situation on fairness. So obviously, we have to talk to all the parties involved. Whether we give legal advice, nada. Nothing. No legal advice. It's always easy to say the glass is going to be 70% full, but there's always that 30% chance that you won't get what you want. So we do not give legal advice. We don't provide counseling in terms of psychological counseling. You got the counseling and development centers. You've got the Access Center for Students and Disabilities. So there's different resources you have out there. Use them, especially if you feel like, hey, I thought I was a great student. I'm coming. I'm getting my marks. Ooh, it's not looking like what I usually or what I thought I could do or be better. Go and get those resources. Concordia has lots. When I started as a student in political science, you were on your own. You didn't have half of the resources you have today. And we don't impose a decision, meaning we make recommendations. So my work is to work with staff, students, and all the different associations related in the community. Now you might say, what are academic issues? Okay, plagiarism. That's easy. But there's other issues that you're going to have to deal with. Your fees, paying the cost of your courses. There's going to be questions, financial aid, registration, changing of course. Sometimes a professor is going to change something in the middle of a semester. Can he or can she not do this? Those are all kinds of questions that come about. You also have intellectual property questions. You have academic misconduct, failing standing. So those are all the kinds of issues that the Ombuds office deals with. Where can you find us? We are located basically right on top of the Guy Metro. It's a GM building. It's at the 11th floor, 1120. And you're going to meet there Christine Robillard, who's the ombudsperson. I'm the associate. My name is Julie Boncompin. And once again, if you need to come and meet us, you can walk in, you can email, you can telephone us, and we will certainly answer you and hope to help you, redirect you in the right direction, or help you get answers to your questions. So that being said, congratulations, you made it to the first step. I want to see you guys get to the third step, which is really to graduate and hopefully go on with what you dream to do. So good luck. Merci.
So welcome. I know a lot of people have spoken to you, so I'll try and be as brief as possible. It wouldn't be an orientation if somebody didn't speak to you about behavior and rules, and that's what I'm here to do today. Following a meeting with me, a lot of people will say, you're very nice, but I hope I never see you again. And I generally don't take offense to that because it generally means that we were able to find some sort of a resolution. Now, Concordia, as I'm sure has been said to you many times, is a very big place. We have 50,000 plus people, staff, faculty, and students, and conflicts do sometimes arise. Now, there's a lot of similarities between my office and the Ombuds office, but there's one main difference, and the difference is, if you saw on the chart from the Ombuds office, there were a lot of academic issues and concerns, policy-related issues. My office deals strictly with behavioral concerns and complaints, so anything related to behavior. So we have a mandate, and our mandate is that we administer the Code of Rights and Responsibility, which is our code of conduct or our behavior code. Now, many universities and institutions, they all have a code of conduct. What's unique about our code is that it applies to staff, faculty, and students. So all members here have the same code of conduct. What our office does is we advise and assist members in addressing behavioral incidents and conflicts. And sometimes when there's incidents or situations that pose a danger, we'll coordinate what to do. And we also, similar to the Ombuds office, will make recommendations when appropriate. One of the other differences is that if a formal complaint is filed, well, it's not my office necessarily that makes the decision. A decision is rendered in cases. So I oversee several policies, and like I said, the main policy is the code. And the grounding principles are civility, equity, respect, non-discrimination, and an appreciation of diversity. The code is basically intended to help and support members. The code is intended to help them resolve conflicts, and we try and do it informally as best we can. Sometimes it is, however, necessary to file a formal complaint, and what happens is there's a great emphasis on natural justice and fairness. And what natural justice is basically hearing both sides of a situation. And complaints should be filed within 3 months of a violation. So you have rights as students, and you also have responsibilities to uphold the code. If your rights are violated, there are specific procedures that take place. So for instance, the preferred approach is informal resolution, and that could look like a variety of things. There are formal procedures, so if one does file a formal complaint against a student, and hopefully that won't be you, what happens is a hearing takes place, and it is decided whether or not the infraction or the violation is founded or not founded. If it's founded, sanctions can be issued. The most extreme being suspension and expulsion. Now, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but we do have a couple of suspensions or expulsions per year. But the code it's not punitive in nature. It's there to restore collegiality and cooperation. So what happens when you consult the advisor, either myself or one of my staff? So again, we're confidential. The primary goal is to assist a complainant as to what their options are. So I will present to you the most informal options to your formal options, and at the end of the day, it's your choice as to how you want to proceed. We are non-judgmental, we are impartial. We will, however, give you an opinion as to what we think may render the best outcome. We may offer you strategies on how to resolve a situation. And you don't have to file a formal complaint in order to get advice or information. And services are available to everyone who is a member of the university, and there can't be any repercussions for filing a complaint or seeking information. Now, some of the offenses or the violations under the code, there's a whole list. I've just put up a few that are kind of the primary ones that we see. Harassment, sexual, psychological, threatening or violent conduct, hazing, discrimination, theft or damage of property, abuse of computer privileges, forgery, disruptive behavior in classrooms, possession of weapons or drugs, trespassing, and basically any illegal activity that happens on campus. So if you're having a problem with someone's behavior, my suggestion is that you talk to people. I may not necessarily be the first person that you come to speak. It could be, if you're having problems with a student, it could be a professor you speak to. If you're having difficulty with a professor, it could be a chair or an undergraduate program director. There's a lot of people that can help you. I'm going to give you some basic advice as well. It will sound very simplistic, But when you are having difficulty with someone, whether, again, it's a fellow student, a staff, or a faculty member, you want to tell the person that their behavior is inappropriate, that it's bothering you, and you want to be specific. You want to tell them to stop it. You want to set expectations if you can, and set clear boundaries. And then, if you're still having difficulty, that would be the time to ask for assistance. So you can find us. We're in the same suite actually as the Ombuds office. Our phone number's there. And if you're not sure where to go, whether it's the Ombuds office, my office, or somewhere else, we have a lovely assistant who you can call any one of the numbers and he'll be able to direct you in which way you should go. So that being said, I wish you a very successful year and a successful, fun time at Concordia. Thanks.